Alright, so we have officially gotten to Chapter 3. Chapter 4, my bad. Look at us. We're here. We're finally here. Nearing the end, and Dalen came with us. Let's get gilded out here. Alrighty. We're officially ready to rock and roll for the most part. I've been trying other classes, so no progress. Gotcha. What's your favorite class so far?
You must speak with Lord Nasher first. Once you have spoken with him, you...
Okay, fine. Sup?
We meet again. As you know, I am Nasher Alagonda, Lord of Neverwinter. I was once an adventurer like you, though that was long ago. Erin Gend tells me you have done much in the defense of our city. For this I thank you, though I fear it was all in vain. Erebeth knows our defenses too well. We could not stand against her forces. The enemy has breached our walls. All is lost.
Do not give up hope, my lord. We still have the words of power, after all.
And what good has that done, Erin? We have no way to use them. Whatever magic is locked within those stone tablets is of no use to us.
Perhaps Hadriline will reveal their secret to us, if you release her from the dungeons.
I don't trust that creature, Erin, and neither should you. We have done her no harm. If she was truly our ally, she would tell us what she knows.
Hadriline told us about the secret door beneath Castle Never. Without her, we would never have found the Source Stone.
And what good has that done, Erin? That creature won't tell us anything about it. The Source Stone is as useless to us as the words of power.
Perhaps Hadriline will speak to our champion. She has spoken with them before.
Enough, Erin. Now, if you want to speak to Hadriline, you are free to do so. But I will not release her from the dungeon while an enemy is within our city gates. Personally, I think this is all a waste of time. Words of power, the Source Stone, Hadriline. What good is this against Erebeth's army? Our fate is sealed. We are all doomed.
That's what you like to hear from the guy.
By some miracle, the city still stands, and Erin Gend clings to the hope we may yet
That's what you like to hear from the guy in charge.
Wiser. I harbor no such illusions.
We're all doomed. Probably try Monk when we play multiplayer. Nice. I don't think I've never really done a Monk, even when I was younger. But Monks seem like they could be pretty fun.
That is why I have placed Gend in charge of the defense of the city. Let him handle the reports flooding in. I have no stomach for it anymore.
Ask you some questions.
After all you have done for the city, the least I can do is answer your questions. Although Gend probably knows more than I do.
Okay. Well, we already know that there's nothing that we know about any of those first three. What's the latest news from the battle lines?
The reports are grim. In the initial assault, Luskan overwhelmed us with sheer numbers and the unbridled ferocity of their attack. The defenders were forced to fall back to the city core. Erebeth knew our defenses too well. We never stood a chance. My troops are loyal, but against such odds, there's little hope. It's only a matter of time until Castle Never itself falls.
Is there no one that will come to our aid?
Reinforcements from the Lord's Alliance are marching, but they are too far away. By the time they arrive, all that will remain of Neverwinter is burnt bodies and charred rubble.
What if I could kill Erebeth and Mogrim?
It is too late for that, I fear. Our defenses are already broken. The damage has been done. If Erebeth and Mogrim were both slain, there is a chance it might break the spirits of the Luskan invaders. But I wouldn't count on it. The Luskans attacked with a rage and ferocity I have never seen before. Some sinister force drives our enemies forward. Or perhaps this is justice of a sort. Neverwinter may have brought this doom upon itself.
What do you mean?
The blood of Fenthic is on my hands. After the plague, the mob cried for blood, and I gave it to them. Fenthic was guilty only of trusting Desta. He was no enemy of Neverwinter. And yet I saw him hanged for failing to protect the city, as was his sworn duty. Can we really be so surprised Erebeth betrayed us after we executed her lover?
Fenthic's execution may have been wrong, but it does not excuse Erebeth's betrayal.
That is what I tell myself over and over, but the words are hollow to my own ears. I only wanted to do what was best for Neverwinter, to heal the wounds left by the Wailing Death. Yet even as I passed sentence on Fenthic, I knew in my heart it was wrong. This was not justice. Fenthic died to feed the city's lust for revenge. And now Neverwinter shall fall to an army that was raised to feed Erebeth's own vengeance. Perhaps that is justice.
Perhaps you can atone for what you've done.
I fear it is too late for that. Fenthic is dead and Erebeth... Perhaps if I were given the chance to pass judgment again, I would act differently, more mercifully. But I fear that chance shall never come. I must live with the burden of what I have done, as must my city. Neverwinter will fall.
Okay, anything
Gend
else?
can probably answer your questions better than I, but I'll help you if I can.
Interested in knowing more about you.
Once, I was an adventurer like you. Were the situation not so desperate, I would call upon the court bards to sing you tales of my exploits. But I am long since retired. I am ruler of Neverwinter now, and my life is one of administrative duties and the delegation of responsibility. Hardly the stirring stuff of legends. I miss those days of glory and heroism, but I gave them up to serve the city I love. Alas, my sacrifice was all in vain. Neverwinter will fall, and I can do nothing about it.
I guess we'll ask him about the other three.
Answer your questions better than
Adrienne.
I. We captured the lizard woman slinking around the city shortly after Luskan attacked. After Erebeth's betrayal, I'm not too trusting, so we are keeping her locked in a cell in the dungeon. She was hissing and babbling about Mogrim wanting the words of power and the Source Stone, but we couldn't get much else out of her. She's half mad, I fear, and doesn't seem to trust us. Gend seems to think she might trust you, though. You're free to speak with her in the dungeons if you wish.
So where can I find her? Can you let Hadrian out of the dungeon?
I'm sorry, but I won't do that. Not while there's an enemy inside the city. She might be an ally, but it's just as likely she's a spy.
Yeah, possibly.
Besides, we aren't doing her any harm, only keeping an eye on her. And if she has information to help us, she should be willing to share it whether we keep her in prison or not.
So he said she's in the dungeon. She's probably down through this way, so we don't really need to ask about that.
Gend can probably answer your
Tell me about the
questions
words of
better than
power
I.
that were brought here earlier.
I've given them to Master Ford, chief archaeologist of Neverwinter. He seems to think there's some link between the words and the Source Stone. Initially, I hoped he could figure out how to unleash their power. But even as wise as Master Ford is, he hasn't been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone.
Where can I find Master Ford?
Since we discovered the Source Stone in the secret chambers beneath Castle Never, Master Ford has spent all his time studying it. You can go speak to him to see what he's discovered if you wish. Though you might have more luck getting information from that creature Hadriene if you can get her to talk.
Okay,
Gend can
and what
probably
can you tell me
answer
about the
your
Source
questions
Stone?
better than- When we first captured Hadriene, she said something about the Source Stone and secret chambers beneath Castle Never. She sounded half crazy, but I thought it was worth looking into. I put Master Ford, Neverwinter's leading archaeological expert, in charge of the search. He unearthed the previously undiscovered chamber beneath the castle. Inside was an enormous crystalline boulder, the Source Stone. If you want to know more about it, you should speak with Master Ford.
Okay, should be going now.
Of course, of course. But before you go, maybe Gend is right. Maybe you should go speak to this Hadriene creature. I doubt it will do much good, but maybe, just maybe, she knows something that can save us. We're desperate after all. Any important information you come across should be reported directly to Aaron Gend. I've placed him in charge of the defense of the city.
Okay, so now to Aaron Gend.
These are indeed dark times, though not so dark as Lord Nasher portrays them. The people of Neverwinter are made of sterner stuff than any of us imagine. But if Neverwinter is to survive, we must all play our part. My place is here by Lord Nasher's side. I must oversee every aspect of the defense of the city. And your own part is one you know all too well. You must save Neverwinter once more. Though how you might accomplish this, I cannot say. Perhaps the creature Hadrian knows something of this.
Wow, a lot of voice acting. Yeah, we got quite a bit right now. The main characters tend to voice all their lines. Aaron Gend, I think Lord Nasher has voiced pretty much everything we've talked to him about, and Arabeth. They all kind of voice pretty much all their lines. I'm going to ask you some questions.
I once knew every secret in this city, but these are turbulent times, and even I am left stumbling in the dark. Yet, I will tell you whatever I can.
Tell me about Hadrian.
She arrived here shortly after the third word of power was delivered to Castle Never. Lord Nasher suspected she was a spy, and had her imprisoned in the dungeons. After Arabeth's betrayal, he has grown overly cautious, and I fear it has made Hadrian mistrustful of us. She did tell us about the Source Stone beneath the castle, but nothing beyond that. Maybe you could try speaking to her. She trusts you, and I sense there's something important she's not telling us about the words of power and that Source Stone.
Okay. He can't let her out of the dungeon. I know where to find her.
I'll do my best to help you.
So what can you tell me about the words of power?
Lord Nasher gave them to Master Ford, chief archaeologist of Neverwinter. He believes there is a link between the words and the Source Stone. But Master Ford has not been able to learn anything more about the words of power or the Source Stone, unfortunately.
Okay. So he's pretty much going to tell us everything else that Lord Nasher did. What's the latest news from the battle lines?
Things have calmed since the initial onslaught. The defenders fell back to the city core, but I do not know how long we will be able to hold it. We are badly outnumbered, and Arabeth knew every inch of this city. All her knowledge is being used against us now.
Okay. So we know the Lord's Alliance is on their way here.
My best to help you.
Okay, and interested in knowing more about Lord Nasher.
He was once a great adventurer, you know. I wish you could have known him then. A true hero in all his magnificent glory. He is a different man now. Still a good man, but the bureaucracy and responsibility of leadership weigh heavily on him. He has grown somber and serious. And now, in Neverwinter's darkest hour, I fear he has given in to complete despair. Arabeth's betrayal, the guilt over Fenthic's execution, the slaughter of his people. Sometimes the burden on Lord Nasher is too great. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, they say. There is little we can do for him, other than trying to save the city. Is there anything else? I'll do my best to help.
Can I not ask him about Arabeth anymore? Words of power.
Has not been able to learn, and I'll do.
Hadrian.
You could try speak. Lord Nasher would never consent to that.
Yeah, he's not going to let her out.
It would help in any case. You should speak to Hadrian before you go. Maybe she will tell you something about the Source Stone, or my instincts tell me that she is the key if Neverwinter is to be saved. And I have learned to trust my instincts.
It's weird I can't talk to him about Arabeth anymore.
Troops to withstand the next lusty assault requires all my attention. If the enemy breaches the city core, we are lost. I am afraid I can only spare a few moments.
Okay, here we go. I want to ask you more about Arabeth.
It pains me to talk of her. There was a time when I considered her a champion of Neverwinter, and I called her friend. Her betrayal struck us all hard, especially Lord Nasher. He will not admit it, but I imagine the situation was made even worse by the guilt he felt over Fenthic's execution. I make no excuses for Arabeth's actions, but seeing the cheering crowds at her lover's execution might very well be what turned her against the city. But now is not the time to discuss whether Arabeth's actions were justified. We must stay focused on finding a way to save the city.
All right, I should be going now.
You should speak to Hadrian. My instincts.
All right, so then we go down into the dungeon, I believe, and there are things in here for us to loot, I see. This stuff better not all be trapped. It'd be a shame if it was. Okay, healer's kits can go in there. I'm waiting to get, like, one shot by this stuff. Oh, wait, no, that's the castle exit. I don't need to go that way. Alright. I don't trust this. Okay, we're good. Okay, everything's good. We're all good to go. Alright, so this is the way to the dungeon then. For some odd reason I thought this was the exit, but let's go talk to her and Ford. See what we can't find out about what's going on with these words of power now. Adrienne, how goes it?
I have been waiting for you. These other warm bloods are weak. I do not trust them. They are weak. Like the ones you call Erebeth and Mogrim. They cannot stand against the creators. Now that Morag stirs within the Source Stone, Mogrim has unlocked the magic of the words of power. The old ones awake, and the world you know shall be no more.
Okay, words of power are safe here in the castle, but we know that's probably not going to be true.
3 of the words are here in this castle. But there are 4 words of power in all. Mogrim has found the final word, strongest of them all. I came here to warn your people against Morag's return, but the Warmbloods do not trust me. They cast me into this dungeon. Do not waste time trying to free me from this prison. It serves no purpose. Instead, you must help me stop Morag's return before the old ones awake and I am made a word slave once more.
What must I do?
The 4th word is close. I can feel its power. Mogrim and Erebeth brought it here to this city you call Neverwinter. Bring the word to me. I am Ateriese, leader of the word slaves. With the final word, I can break Morag's power and trap her forever inside the Source Stone.
How do I know I can trust you?
You must trust me. If not, Morag will awaken the old ones, and Neverwinter will be destroyed.
I want to ask you some questions.
You're kinder ever curious. A curse of your warm blood, perhaps. Our time grows short, but I will answer your questions.
Tell me about Mogrim.
Mogrim is nothing but a foolish pawn. Morag twists and warps his mind, and in the end she will destroy him. My queen has promised him power, but when the old ones awake, he will be enslaved with the rest of the lesser races. You're kinder ever
Tell me about
curious.
Erebeth.
The one you call Erebeth has fallen under Morag's spell. Some terrible fate left her vulnerable to Morag's corrupting evil. My queen touched her mind through her dreams, feeding a dark and festering hatred until it consumed all else. Erebeth is a slave to Morag's evil now. You're kinder ever curious.
Tell me about you.
I am Ateriese, handmaiden of Morag, and last of the word slaves. When my people vanished, my kind were left behind, bound to the will of our mistress by the power of the words. Forced to survive the endless winter, we word slaves grew strong in our torment. We broke the magic bonds of our fell queen and found our freedom. We scattered the words of power so the old ones might never wake to enslave us again. But Morgrim has disturbed the Source Stone, and Morag stirs once more.
Okay.
You're kinder ever curious.
Tell me about Morag and the old ones.
Long ago, when even the elves were young, the world was hot and jungle covered this frozen waste. This was the time of my people, the creator race, the old ones. The old ones enslaved the lesser races, and all bowed to us and the terrible power of Morag, our queen. But then the long winter came. To survive, Morag placed her people into a deep hibernation within the Source Stone, to await the day they might rise and reclaim what was once theirs.
Right.
You're kinder ever
What about the words of
curious.
power in the Source Stone?
Morag created the Source Stone with the power of the words, capturing the essence of fire within the gem, even as the world began to grow cold around her people. Morag placed her people in a deep hibernation within the Source Stone's core. In her slumber, the Queen's power grew, so one day she might use the words to rise again and banish the endless winter. If Morag fully awakes, the true power of the Source Stone will be unleashed. This land of ice will become steaming jungle, and the old ones will return to enslave the lesser races, as they did at the dawn of time.
All right, I will return once I have the final word of power.
You must hurry. With each passing hour, Morag's power grows. Soon, I will not be strong enough to stop my queen from awakening her people.
Okay. So that's reassuring. This is Castle Caverns, so this will lead... Ooh, hold on. We have chests here. We have loot here. Yeah, that's useless.
I shall do as you ask.
All right, get in there, gents.
It is done.
That was quick. All right, let's head on down into the caverns. Go check out this Source Stone we got here. Oh man, it's gonna be like this, isn't it? There's gonna be 1,000 different chests that are all locked up. Holy, look at that. It's a wall of chests back there. All these should hopefully be... Nope, never mind. Greater Spell Mantle. We'll put that away. So all these are going to be trapped, aren't they? I'm going to have to go through this. Dang it! Curse you, impossible traps. Alright. Let's get all this stuff and then go check out the Source Stone. Boots of Reflexes +5. Okay. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Get Gilda to run by all these. Got so many potions. So many potions. Alright, hopefully this won't be impossible. How bad this is gonna hurt. Oh! Don't worry, I feel fine. I feel fine. Jeez. That stung just a little bit. Almost killed me. Got close to gilded. Alright, Esmeralda, Cletus, and Master Ford. Alright, come on, gilded. Get real close to here. I think these are safe. Alright, we're good. Oh, there's the Source Stone. We gotta go check that out. A single ice bullet, just one. Just a singular ice bullet. Alright, let's take a rest real quick. Get our health and stuff back up. And then we'll talk to Ford, Esmeralda, Cletus. I don't know how many of these guys are all like... They might have some quests. We'll find out.
Well met.
I don't like this, not one bit. When I became an archaeologist, this is not what I had in mind. Master Ford is messing with things he doesn't understand. Things like that Source Stone are best left to wizards, not professors and their students. I need to see the Source Stone. You'll have to see Master Ford about that. I don't know why anyone would want to see that thing, though. There's something evil about that stone. I can feel it. Where are the words of power? There with the Source Stone. Master Ford thinks they might be able to help unlock the secrets of what's inside. Personally, there are some secrets I prefer not to know. Okay. Cletus!
Hello there.
Huh? Oh, what? You startled me. I was rather engrossed in these manuscripts Master Ford has me looking over. Fascinating reading. These documents date from a time of the Creator Race, if you can believe that. Hopefully they'll give us some insight into Source Stone we unearthed. We need to see it. Yeah, well, we'll have to speak to Master Ford about that. I'm sure there's something... Okay. Okay, so she doesn't like that it's all looking like this.
Greetings. I am Master Ford, head archaeologist of Neverwinter. Lord Nasher mentioned someone might be coming to investigate the Source Stone.
The Source Stone is a truly remarkable discovery, I must say. Fascinating. I've been an archaeologist for nearly half a century, and I've never come across anything like it before. I tried to pry some of its secrets from Hadrian, the lizard creature Lord Nasher has imprisoned in the dungeons, but she didn't seem to trust me. You need to see the Source Stone. Yes, of course. Why should I be the only one allowed to see it? It isn't mine, after all. Go right in and take a look if you want. I doubt it will do much good, however. There doesn't seem to be any way to unlock the secrets of the stone. I thought that the words of power might be the key, but they haven't done anything so far. Don't you think it might be dangerous to unlock the secrets of the Source Stone? You sound like Assistant Esmeralda. She wants nothing to do with the stone. But I'm well aware of the risks involved. And yet, I cannot leave the stone alone. When awake, it consumes my thoughts, and at night it haunts my dreams. It calls to me. It wants me to unravel the mysteries contained within. Well, that's not good. What do you know about the Source Stone? The stone radiates a magical heat, strong enough to keep the entire city warm, even in its chill climate. Yet gentle enough that you can actually go right up and touch the stone itself. That's all we really know for certain. However, I have several theories based on my own examinations and extensive research into ancient manuscripts. Tell me your theories. My research indicates that there is an entire extraplanar realm within its gleaming crystalline surface. A nexus of many parallel worlds, a conduit linking alternate places and universes with each other. And something lives within the Source Stone as well, of that I'm certain. A powerful life force emanates from the stone, probably the inhabitants of the extraplanar realm. That lizard creature Hadrian could probably tell you more, if she wanted to. When I try to speak to her, she refuses to answer my questions. I don't think she trusts me. Okay. How come nobody noticed the stone down here before? It was only after the lizard creature Hadrian told us that the Source Stone existence that we began to search underneath the castle Never for hidden passages. We found a secret door easily enough then. It was almost too easy considering nobody ever noticed it before. It's almost like the Source Stone itself wants to be found now. Where are the words of power? They're with the Source Stone. I thought they might be the key to unlocking its secrets, but they didn't work. Perhaps something is missing. The Source Stone is surrounded by 4 pedestals.